We're out here in Santiago, it's the middle of summer, it's not rained for weeks, so this is how to ride dusty and loose corners. So these trails are St Cristobal, right near the city centre of Santiago. It's a real cool little network of trails. And check out this one, it's super dry of course, it's really hard pack. You've got loads of different things to think about here. You've got some steps coming in, pretty steep. And then when you get to the meat of the corner, it's got this really loose stony stuff on top of really hard pack. And here, this way you need to make most of the corner. It's going to be super slippy, that's going to move really easily. Then you've got a long flat exit. So this corner is all about nailing this part, and it's all about trying to be super careful, fast on the way in, slow around this bit, try and maintain your grip, look to the exit, and then try and come out of the corner fast. But this bit is going to be slow. It's going to be really important to judge your speed because you're not going to be able to ride this corner fast. Think about going steady and maintaining your momentum. This corner is super slippy. Try and not get too excited and try and conserve your momentum. I think I'll try that once more. As you can see there, I had to dab my inside foot to stop me from falling over. Super slippy. Also try and make sure I'm in quite a low gear on the way in. So braking hard, maybe change gear before I brake hard. So when I get to this flat exit, I can then pedal straight away and be in the right gear. You see after a few goes how all the stones are sort of pushing to the outside and making a rut. Once the track gets like that, there's a lot more grip. Just because you're getting away from those little stones, you're actually riding through a bit of a clear piece of the track, and there's just way more grip. Also this corner, I'm braking quite hard on the way in. As soon as I'm in this middle part of the turn, I'm really coming off the front brake, because if that front wheel slides, it's just going to keep going. So I really try and get that front wheel gripping. The type of tyres you have on your bike is going to make a massive difference to dry and dusty corners and loose stuff. So a big sort of downhill tread or enduro tyre, these big side knobs, super soft rubber in these tyres is going to make a massive difference. You can't afford to be aggressive in these turns, but it's definitely a case of I could be a bit more forceful with these tyres. If you're on a cross-country bike or a lighter, faster rolling tyre, you're just going to have to go slower. On a loose switchback like this, line's going to be super important. It's tempting to go up there to get wider in, but there's a chance you can slide off that. So I'm going to stay close to the bottom of it, then get nice and wide. You can also see I'm on dirt up here. If you go too far inside, you'll catch the edge of these rocks. So keeping it tight to the outside of this log, finding the good dirt, open up the corner a little bit. On this attempt, it felt like I was going too inside on the corner and I was risking actually touching those rocks in my wheels. So a couple of little skids just opens up the arc of the back wheel. A super tight switchback here, again loose and super dry. It's tempting to come here, but to get around this bit is almost impossible. You're gonna have to do an endo to get around there. So really think about opening up the corner. Super loose here, so it's gonna have to be slow, nice and conservative, get wide, and then you're at that point with switchbacks where you've got to commit. It almost feels like you want to stay stood up, but you'll never make it round. You'll also sort of lean the wrong way. So you've got to get to this point almost at sort of the apex, commit, lean in, or at least try and lean the bike over, try and keep your body upright to keep it more stable. And again, make the meat of the corner here so you don't run too wide on the exit. Switchbacks, probably my least favourite type of corner to be honest, just no flow in them, but there is a skill to trying to master them. We're into the proper dust now, but actually this stuff is pretty firm underneath and it's like half an inch of really fine dust on top. And it's really grippy with my tyres on, you know, big aggressive tread that sort of digs through that top layer into the firm stuff. It's surprisingly grippy. So only when it starts getting deeper, and we did ride some of that in Patagonia, where it's almost like you need to stay back on the bike a little bit more, try and float that front wheel where it's really, really dusty. And also you can't rely on the support because through that dust you might find that there isn't a big sort of hard packed base underneath there, and sometimes it just gives away. So there's some tips on dry and loose corners. We rarely get it quite as dry as this back in the UK, but actually it's not too dissimilar to riding in mud where you just don't have as much traction. You don't always get it right. As you can see from my elbow, I crashed in the Patagonian dust just a couple of days ago. If you want to see a few more videos from our trip out here to South America, click over there for Blake's Valparaiso video. And there's a Santiago scene check coming soon as well, so check that out. thumbs up if you like riding mountain bikes in the sun, and hit that subscribe button.